Hello, 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 and welcome in to my YouTube channel, Skies and Flora. My name is Shaka. And for those of you that are new, let me introduce myself. I am a tarot reader. I've been reading cards for about 10 years, over 10 years. And I'm also a yoga teacher and a Reiki healer or energy healer. So as you will see from the title, these are messages for the divine feminine, and it's pick a card. And so I haven't seen the cards yet, so we'll find out together. And so we've got pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So just take a moment and just tune in to the energy of these cards, see which one you feel drawn to. As always, you know, sometimes you might be drawn to a few and there may be cross messages in each of the piles. So obviously it's general, so take what resonates, leave the rest. If you are interested in a private reading with me, then you can find the link in the description, and you can book directly on my website. So again, just connecting to the cards, connecting to your heart, taking a few deep breaths, and then once you've chosen, we'll just get right into it. Okay, so pile number 1 chose the Witch's Tarot, and this is calcite. This is a magnesium calcite. So let's see what we've got here. So we've got the goddess cards, and then the what are they called? The light keepers of the light. Sorry, keepers of the light oracle. So these are the energy. This is the energy that we're working with, and then this is the energy that basically is our healing. Yeah. So let's have a look. So we've got forgiveness and bodies of water, Sulis. So so straight away, this feels like cleansing. Forgiveness is an energy that we embody when we want to free ourselves, ultimately. Often it isn't about the person or the thing that we are forgiving, it's really about ourselves and a freedom. So this feels about like cleansing, healing, and forgiveness. Let's see what the cards say. Alright, so we've got Strength card, Page of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, Page of Wands, and then the Moon. Okay, alright. Let's see. So we've got 2 pages, 2 major arcanas, 2 pages, and then a 10 of Wands in the middle, right? So straight away, messages for this divine feminine that I'm speaking to. We've had a heavy burden. And this does feel heavy, yeah? This feels like, I don't know if this is a secret as well that you've been carrying. This feels like, because it doesn't just feel like yours, yeah? This doesn't feel like just your energy. This doesn't feel like just your burdens. They feel like burdens that you carry for others. So it might not be a secret, but it could well be like, you know, you're holding a secret for somebody else, or you're just holding burdens that really are others and not yours, yeah? And I see here, it's like, I see that you're just, you kind of want to, obviously, you want to like, you're ready to kind of move forward, and you're not really quite sure how, because you've got this moon energy here. So that just tells me you're not quite sure how. You feel it, but you can't quite see it. You feel it, but can't see it, yeah? With that moon energy there. And that's just really about trusting. So this is about trusting your feeling, yeah? And then acting on it, even when you don't fully see. So you're very gifted, yeah? So like the Page of Pentacles is a very gifted person. Very kind-hearted. So what I'm sensing here is very kind-hearted. So I don't know whatever this is. It feels like you've been a very kind-hearted person. Been very very open-hearted as well, like very trusting. And that's left you with some burdens here, yeah? That's left you carrying, you know, stuff that isn't really yours, essentially. I mean, we all have our stuff, but this feels like more than just yours, yeah? Feels like others. So this, you know, this is talking about, you know, if this has been like, you know, you've been very open-hearted and then you just feel like, you know, people have taken advantage, or people have, you know, offloaded on you, basically. This is a lesson, this is a journey about, you know, freeing yourself from that, clearing that, cleansing. It's been tough. Like even this, spend time near water such as a lake, river, ocean to recharge your batteries. So this is just really about, you know, like coming into your, like a healing energy, really looking after yourself. Because here I'm just seeing a lot of looking after other people. And it's about, you know, forgiving yourself and forgiving others. You are on the path of love, light and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. So with Master Jesus, we've got Sulis of bodies of water. So this is to do with a masculine energy, you know, particularly with this father energy of Master Jesus, you know, about forgiving a masculine energy. If that's a masculine that has, you know, offloaded those burdens on you, you know, you don't have to carry that. Yeah, that's really not yours to carry. Yeah, you're allowed to put that down and say, thank you, but that's not mine. And then, you know, go forward. And it's so interesting because you've got the Page of Wands here and it's lovely, right? So you've got this Page of Wands and then this little cat, you see the little cat here, and then you've got the Strength card and it's a lion. And so it's like, I feel like there's a little bit of timidity here, like a little bit timid, a little bit shy, a little bit reticent, yeah? To kind of go, yeah, that's not mine, let me go forth. But actually you're lion-hearted and you've got the capacity, yeah? And I feel like, you know, especially with all these little roses here, this feels like this is going to bring you closer to love, and you're already on a journey of love and light and forgiveness, yeah? So this is going to bring you closer to love, yeah? And I feel like you can't quite see that just yet. You can't quite see it. I feel like you feel it, yeah? And just know, like, I like these cards because in the background you've got these wolves around her, protecting her, yeah? So she can't quite see, but she's protected, yeah? So just know that and trust that. So when you make these decisions that you say, look, thank you, that's not mine, hand that back, like suddenly feel a lot lighter, moving forward, and it's like you've got to trust, yeah? That's the right thing. Trust yourself. Anything else? Yeah, I just feel like whoever I'm talking to, you've got a very gentle, loving, caring, nurturing, open-hearted nature. And, you know, and often in this world, that's sometimes seen as a bad thing because that leaves you kind of, you can be vulnerable basically to people that, you know, who aren't like that and who want to offload onto you. And that's kind of feels like what's happened here. And I feel like the message for you is you don't need to lose that open-hearted, that love, that kind gentleness. You don't need to lose that. You need to know that it's a gift. Yeah, Page of Pentacles, that gift. It's a big gift because look at that pentacle. Look how big that is, and she's holding it with such pride. That strength doesn't come from being hurtful to others. It comes from actually being a very loving person. It's actually harder to be a loving person, but you have that capacity, and I think your message here is just don't carry what's not yours. Free up yourself and trust, yeah? So even though it might not feel apparent just yet, you know, like basically trust your feeling on that. You are protected, and you will be guided towards the right path, towards love, towards more love, because you've got so much love to give. You also need to receive love, yeah? And that's about going on a journey to find that. And so if this is like bodies of water, so if you live by a sea, a lake, or even a swimming pool, or anything like that, even baths, bathing, showers, actually, I often do very many ritual baths. Ritual baths are so powerful and so healing. I couldn't recommend them enough. I'm gonna write up something on that, and I will share that. So if you want to know about that, do message me and remind me. But you know, water is extremely healing because it cleanses, yeah? So it can clear away this energy. And then we're in a position to, you know, to be more forgiving, more loving, and hold a capacity for more love. Yeah. You're not to carry other people's burdens. Anything else? I think that's it for pile number 1. So please do let me know if that resonates, and thank you for watching, and do let me know if there's any other questions you'd like me to cover in this series, and I will see you again next time. Okay, so pile number 2 chose the After Tarot, and then this Fushite crystal, which is really all about, it's interesting, this is like a stone that's around martyrdom, yeah? So if you find that you're constantly being there for others at your own expense, that's the stone. It's a very healing stone for that. So we've got like the issue, and then the energy that we want to embody. So we've got the Keepers of the Light oracle deck, and then the Goddess oracle deck here. So you've got Heart Awakening, awaken to the acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. Yes. And then, so that's the issue. And then blossoming, you are getting started, so have patience with yourself in the process and do not give up. So that suggests that that's something you're learning about yourself. Let's see what the oracle cards say. All right, so we've got the Devil. Wow. 3 of Swords, 5 of Cups. Wow. And then the 6 of Wands, Ace of Swords. Right. So that's, yeah. So, the Divine Feminine that I'm speaking to, my love, my love, my love. So first of all, right, divine love is about giving and receiving, yeah? It's not just about pouring and giving to others at your own expense. It's about giving and receiving. That's how the universe balances itself. That's how energy flows, yeah? If it's only going one way, it's not a balanced energy, essentially, yeah? So what I see here is that, well, you've got the 3 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. So that talks about heartache. You've got the Devil here, which just talks about, you know, very toxic connections, toxic relationships, you know, not speaking to the heart, speaking to lower desires, whether that be just sex or or just even just other aspects of ourselves, the ego aspects, really. It's not just about sex, it's about and I don't want to say lower parts, it's just ego aspects of ourselves, because it's the things that entrap the mind. So the things about this relationships that speak to our ego, and that doesn't necessarily mean like, you know, that your grandiose ideas of yourself. It could just speak to you know, even just wounded parts of ourselves, yeah, that we don't know about yet, and that Devil just speaks to that, those wounds, yeah, and tells us, I've got a little shortcut, but this ultimately ends up in heartbreak, yeah. 5 of Cups, disappointment, and I feel like this is a lesson you're learning, because you see this is a split here with these cards, yeah? So this feels very much like this is a process I feel you're awakening to. So you're learning this, you're starting to realise, oh, that's been a bit of a pattern. And here we've got 6 of Wands and the Ace of Swords. This is beautiful. So this is like, you know, this is recognition, success. This is blossoming. This blossoming card, new knowledge. what I like about this Ace of Swords is, you know, it's got the falcon here, right? And the falcon obviously is, you know, flies above and has got this pinpoint knowledge. And also, like, you know, it's got those blinkers. And it's like this Ace of Swords just feels like there's no noise coming in from the, you know, from the side. Like, basically, you're just like this. Like, I can see it. I know it. And if you're just starting to get started on this path, if you're just starting to learn these lessons about, you know, these patterns, if you're just starting to look at this in terms of your relationships, and learning that, you know, heart awakening, learning that love isn't just about you pouring and not receiving, that actually love is also about, you know, that this is divine balance, yeah? And if this is something you're sort of learning, this really just feels, this message here is just an encouraging message, yeah? This is a message just to confirm that, to witness that, yeah? And to say, you know, Spirit sees that, sees the work that you're doing, sees that the efforts that you're making, sees that you're using your knowledge, yeah? And for you, maybe just being like, just have a bit of patience. If it is just beginning, then it's a process, it's a journey, yeah? Keep going. Success, you know. And look here, this is, you know, it's, I mean, it's a little bit, you know, he's on his high horse giving her a wand, but there is something here about, you know, this masculine here offering, yeah? Giving, yeah? Not just, you know, like sort of, you know, looking down and just sort of like, you know, just like basically palming her off. You know, it's like actually offering, yeah? Like a being seen. And you don't have to sacrifice yourself to be seen, yeah? That's also the lesson here. That you know, you have, this is like being like recognized in your own right, yeah? Like in your own right. And it's not really about this dynamic with this masculine and him giving her this, but I feel like that's what calls it in. Yeah, that's what calls it in. This knowledge. I know, yeah? I know now what love, that love is this give and take, yeah? Because sometimes, you know, this devil energy, you know, the devil, when, you know, the devil whispers to us when we're vulnerable. Like I said, it speaks to our wounds. It speaks to our wounded parts of ourselves. So this is why, you know, devil really is just about the subconscious. It's about the aspects of ourselves that we're not aware of. Oh gosh, so sorry. I can't get it right with this filming. Anyway, it's just a delivery at the door. Anyhow, yeah. The devil subconscious, yeah? So there are parts of ourselves that we're not aware of. And that's why it speaks to that, because it's our weak spots, yeah? And I feel like, especially with the After Tarot, because the swords are coming out. So this is a journey, you've already done this work, yeah? You're already on this journey, you're on your way, basically. So I just feel like this message for you is just a confirmation, like you're doing the work, you're recognizing the patterns, you're starting to see, you're starting to heal your heart, you're starting to recognize, yeah, like what love, you know, what love is about, yeah? Rather than this speaking to my wounds and speaking to my ego. And starting to look around and see those two cups, yeah? Starting to change my perspective here, yeah? Changing your perspective. And leave behind this story of disappointment, yeah? So I hope that resonates. I was just asking if there's anything else. I think that's all for now. So do let me know if it resonates, and do let me know if there's any other questions you would like me to ask in this series. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Okay, So pile number 3 chose the Lightseer's Tarot and Mangano Calcite. So this is a lovely, really beautiful stone. Stone really gentleness. It's a stone about forgiveness, and it's I love calcite. It's a very loving stone. So we've got the Goddess cards and the Keepers of the Light Oracle decks. This is kind of like the issue that we're working with. This is where we're going. So it's nice. You've got 2 purples here, so I love it. So whoever I'm talking to, I know, always talking to a very awakened, divine feminine. So light activation, shine your light, internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Cycles and rhythm, honour the cycles of your body, energy levels and emotions. Alright, so straight away I'm getting the message that whoever I'm speaking to, I feel like either you've got your own business, or you are following a path, even if you do, like, you're working for someone else. I feel like it's very much, it feels like a work of purpose, yeah? Work of light. You're doing light work, essentially, in the world. And, you know, you followed that. And maybe there's a sense where you're feeling like, oh, because I'm doing light work, that means I just work and work and work, and like that there isn't, you know, there isn't rest because this work is so important. And I feel like this is just honour the cycles, yeah? Go, like, flow with it as well, yeah? Particularly as a feminine, you know, like, especially our cyclical nature, our cycle, and just understanding, you know, some times in the month you've got more energy, other times less so, yeah? And just honouring that. So let's see what we have. So we've got the Knight of Cups, we've got the Page of Cups. All right, so we've got a couple here, lovely. We've got the Wheel of Fortune here, and the 7 of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. All right, let's see. Sorry, this is the 7 of this is the 7 of Cups, not the other way around. All right, so 2 7s here, yeah, flagging. Let's see what's happening here. It's very interesting. So in these cards I picked up like more around work. This feels more relational. Okay, all right. So what I'm seeing here is, so what happens, these 7s, right? They can be tricky. They can be very positive, but they can also be a bit tricky, right? When, because I would say 7s are like a stop-off point. They're a moment of reassessment. They're moments in our life when we potentially might be changing course. We kind of assess what we've done so far, and then we decide whether that's what we want to continue with as we look forward. And that's what 7s are for me. And you've got a Wheel of the Year, so you've got a shift happening here, slap bang in the middle. So something's changed, yeah? Something's shifting, yeah? Something's moving. And it's based on these 2 7s, because you have 7 of Cups, which is like, you know, not really knowing what your heart's desire is, not really knowing really what it is that you want, yeah? You kind of think you know what you want. You're sort of like, That's why, you know, it's sometimes a card of confusion, because it's like, all these like shiny things come to us, and we think, oh, that's what I want, or that would be really good for me, or I really like that. But it's not really like our burning desire, like really what we want in our hearts. And then you got the 7 of Swords, so that leads to kind of deception, yeah? 7 of Swords is about deception. Can be deception of others, although I'm not seeing anyone else on the board apart from this Knight. We'll get to in the middle. We'll get to in a moment. I don't feel like it's connected to this Knight. Well, no, it could be. I'll get to him in a moment. But what this feels like is, are we turning a blind eye? Like, are we looking away from things that we need to be looking at? Yeah, so we've got this Ace of Swords here at the end, which I love because it's depicted by this guy, and he's meditating here, and he's harnessing this knowledge, yeah, harnessing his light, his guidance, yeah, from source. He's harnessing it. He's got the owls, the wisdom. He's really rooted into this, committed to that as a path. Let me see. This is really interesting because this is definitely relational. So if there's a masculine around you, I don't know if it feels like, it's like, because the Knight of Cups is always the sweet talker. Knight of Cups is always the romancer. He's got all the lyrics, he's got all, and it's so easy to like, it's so easy to fall in love with the Knight of Cups, yeah, because he's just so like, he's got all the lingo. He really speaks, yeah, to that Seven of Cups. He really speaks to that. And then I'm seeing here, like, you're just getting a bit carried away, with it. Then a shift. It's not really what I want. It's not really what I want. And so here I feel like the meditation here is about really, what do I want? Because this night, it just feels like it's very similar actually to the previous messages in many ways. It's kind of speaking to a part of ourselves, but not to the soul. So it's kind of speaking to kind of surface level. It feels quite surface level. Doesn't mean it's shallow, just means it's quite surface. And then we get carried away. Just get carried away with it. And it would be easy to do so. I could see it would be very easy to get carried away with the Knight of Cups, to be quite honest. But, you know, even the Knight of Cups hasn't even got himself, much less. So how can he have, he doesn't have himself, so he can't have anyone else, in that sense that he hasn't got, you know, he's not rooted. Yeah, because the Knight of Cups is a talker, is a speaker. He's an idealist. He idealizes love. Yeah, but hasn't really harnessed the work of love in himself. Yeah, and I see here we just got carried away with the dream of it. Yeah, it's a bit dreamy. Then shift. Oh, actually, it's not really what. Then I realise. It hasn't got the depth that I want. It isn't really what I want. And so here, the message here for you is, you know, really root down, get into the roots, and really figure out what it is you really want. And then we're not going to be taken on little little merry way with this Knight of Cups. Who, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm sure that'd be quite fun, little diversion there. But it just feels like, like almost like you wake up one day and go, oh, that's not what I want. If this would be for a specific message for a specific person. If this is about a masculine who has been deceitful, you found out, and you found out about this. And it feels like you got bamboozled a bit and sort of felt like, oh yeah, like I said, got carried away and just were like, oh my God, he's amazing, he's amazing, he's amazing. Bam, like, oh my God, oh no, he's not amazing. He's been, you know, he's been deceitful and you know, not quite all what it seems. And then we've had to sit with that, meditate on that and be like, oh, actually, wow, how have I allowed that? How did I get carried away? How have I allowed myself to be, you know, taken on a bit of a, you know, a journey with this masculine. So that may be another message for someone else, or someone specific. It's a specific message that is. And this is also just saying, look, don't turn a blind eye. You know, when we also this idealization, you know, the Knight of Cups is an idealist of love. So if there is a bit of an idealization about love, about romance, and there's this like, oh, there's this guy and it's idealized, but it's not really what it is. It's not really the truth. It's not really the relationship or the connection, or, you know, it's not true. Yeah. Then also that's also about, look, no, actually we need to figure out like what's going on here. Why am I creating an idealized version of something that isn't actually what I want or true. So that's your relationship message. Here I still feel like this is to do with area of the work. So this could be, you know, like, you know, that's the relationship message. This definitely feels like you've got very important work to do. You're a light-filled being. And you know, maybe this has been the relational pattern and we're pouring all our energy into work and not honouring our body. And then this also feels like they're connected. The reason why they've come up together is they're connected. So your light work, your purpose, your earthly work is connected to relational, to this relational space. And if you honour your body more, I feel like you'll be able to take time to listen and hear this guidance and not get carried away, yeah, with relationships that, like, on the surface are like, yeah, seem like quite nice and quite fun, but actually on a deeper level aren't really what we want. So yeah, listening to your body, making time to honour yourself, yeah, and honour your body's energy levels at the right times, and keep working on whatever it is you're doing, your purpose, your gifts. Keep honing them and offering them to the world. So I'll leave it there, and I hope that resonates. Do let me know in the comment section below. And also let me know if there's any other questions you'd like me to answer in this series. And again, thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.